It's so exciting to be here with you again, David. Welcome everybody to Spirituality Gone Wild. And I am your host of What Else is Possible, where we answer the question, what else is possible? And last week we went into even more of the 7 actions that are going to help us to harness in the golden age. And David Gershon is here with me again. This is our final week before you start your amazing training with the Jedi training that's going to start on July 8th. So this is our last week. Please, everybody, type in the chat where you're watching from, and let's have a beautiful hour together. These shows have been so magical. And, you know, it's funny how when we first got the idea to do this show, we really didn't have a format. We didn't really know exactly what we were going to be doing exactly. And everything has been so spirit-led. And I feel Barbara Marx Hubbard, you know, helping us to answer that question, what else is possible? So David, thank you so much for taking the time to share your wisdom and your uplifting messages of hope that are changing our planet and changing the way that people are seeing peace on Earth. People are actually starting to talk about peace on Earth by 2030. Can you give a little synopsis of that for the people who are coming in?
Sure. Let me just say a little word about Barbara. I was just tuning into her as you invoked her. You know, Barbara's dream was to have a moment in time when humanity had this birth experience. That was the term she would use for it, birth experience. And I think we're in that moment. I think we are having a birth experience. I mean, this 2020 is a birth experience. It's not an easy birth, but it is a birth. We are birthing ourselves into the new reality that is so required for us. And the light is coming in a profound way.
Didn't she say something about crisis is the mother of necessity?
Well, I don't know if you've put a few different ideas into one idea. I think it was, you know, what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention. And then there is crisis is something with a birth of opportunity. Something with crisis represents an opportunity. Well, there's another one though that's very profound, which is a physics phenomena, which is that the greater the element of chaos, the greater the potential for a higher order change.
Yeah. So
we are in a moment which is pregnant with chaos, and therefore embedded in that is higher order change. And so we're stepping in with the game, because that's a higher order change. It's a profoundly critical higher order change, because it is the gateway to the new world. It opens the portal to the golden age and the portal to all possibilities, because once you have the relationships established that enable people to relate to one another from a place of oneness, then everything's possible.
Everything's possible. Absolutely. And can you share a little bit about what the golden age is?
From what else is possible to everything is possible. Let's get right to the point. Sure, we can talk about the next part of things. So the game, for those that are tuning in for the first time, has this audacious aspiration to create peace on Earth in a decade. And it comes out of 7 actions that grew out of this experience of passing the torch of peace around the world in 1986, that engaged 25 million people and 45 heads of state, 62 countries and 1 billion people through the first Earth Run, through the media rather. I was a little thrown off by this person's face coming on. And the impossible became possible. This shouldn't have happened, but it did. Why? It happened for many reasons, but some of the most profound reasons was that contraction forces expansion. The greater the contraction, try to breathe in and hold it indefinitely. Eventually you have to breathe out. Expansion is the natural state where you come out of contraction. So we're in contraction, and expansion will come. Spiritual contraction forces spiritual expansion. The other reasons were that there was a moment in time when we could bring a dream into the world that was ready to be brought into the world. It wasn't just that contraction forces expansion, but this dream of all human beings. There is one dream in the heart of every single human being, one, which is peace on earth. And so that is self-realization. Okay, that's another dream, but I'm thinking more of the dream of peace on earth. Just brought us into spirituality going wild. Is this a new visual?
Let's see how I get back to you.
I think people can see me. No?
This was, we had, yesterday we had Stephen on that was talking about self-realization, and I thought we could maybe expand on that a little bit also in the game, because the game has a lot of that message in the last two actions, really.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
I thought it might be kind of fun.
All right, well, self-realization, ready or not, here you come. Sure, we'll go. Why not? Let's go to self-realization as part of this bigger opportunity of tonight. So the idea of a dream in every human heart. When you ask people, like, what is the deepest dream that you have? If people even tune into that, when I used to ask the head of state of all these countries, whenever I would meet with them, when they would be part of these ceremonies, presidents of these countries, that was always their dream. And they said, no one ever asks us to talk about our dream. So grateful that we had this opportunity. So this is the dream. Peace on earth is the dream. And it's John Lennon's Imagine song, he captured that, which is why it's the global anthem, because everyone realizes he embodied in song this dream. So
and he had that quote too: a dream you dream alone is only a dream, and a dream you dream together is reality. And I think that it really personifies what the game is to me. Hi, Patricia Kelly. Hi, Carol Ann Cross. Thanks for being here. So yeah, we're talking about what exactly the golden age is, and how we are going to usher in 1,000 years of peace, and how this is.
So the way that this thing happened was that we were approached by grandmother, not the way it happened, but one special thing about the dream that happened was a woman named the Hopi Nation, who for 1,000 years have been carrying the Hopi prophecy that a moment in time when there would be great darkness would come, and they would need to deliver the Hopi prophecy to the Great Hall of Micah, which they determined was the United Nations building, being made out of glass. And they tried 3 times unsuccessfully, and the 4th time they were told if they can get it across the 4th time, then we'd have 1,000 years of peace. But if they were unsuccessful, it'd be 1,000 years of darkness. That was their opening line to sell me on having them come, which I didn't need to be sold. But that was clearly a very compelling argument. So we invited Grandmother Caroline, and she delivered this prophecy, which basically was that this torch would initiate a great turning towards 1,000 years of peace by opening up within people the ability to live in harmony with self, each other, and the earth. But to pay attention to the signs, because they will guide you on this journey. And I have been initiated as a keeper of the dream, and I have been paying attention to the signs, and the signs are now upon us that the time is right for this turning. We've been sort of incubating this turning for the last 34 years, and this is the decade, and this COVID moment where we're contracting, literally, can't even go outside. I mean, we can a little bit, but not much. I mean, it's the ultimate expression of contraction is forcing, and people can't wait to go out. But it's not just going out physically, it's going out spiritually, psychologically, psychically. And now out to what? So we're coming and we're inviting them to hold the torch and say, this is possible. And it's not just possible because I'm hoping it's possible. It's possible because we have a very powerful strategy. These
Yes, we do.
are extremely potent. And it's not just the actions, it's the frequencies that go with the action. So when you bring consciousness and behavior change together, you have a potency. And if you can scale that through social media and through the power of the internet, the good work that you're doing, for example, getting the word out, anything's possible. Everything is possible. Not even anything, everything. Peace on earth, no problem. But then we move from there into the golden age.
That's precious. And we've gone through this. We've gone through. Hi, Janice Kaplan. Thanks for being here. So we've gone through the actions we have. I believe we were on action 6.
We did 6. We got one last.
Did we finish 6?
We did.
Okay, yep. So we are on action 7. So action 7 is the world heart praying for and visualizing peace on earth. And the purpose is to pray for and visualize peace within yourself and the world, and for peace on earth by 2030. And I have typed into the chat how you can be part of this wonderful experience by going to peace2030.earth and joining us in this amazing. You are like an early adopter if you sign up now, but by September, we will be rolling this out to the public, and you will be part of this incredible history in the making. So please visit peace2030.earth and share this. Please share this broadcast, share these messages of hope that David has been sharing with us, and hold this with us, this vision, the world heart praying for and visualizing peace on earth. I love this action. And what is the frequency for action 7? Love. Okay.
I will lead people when we're ready on a journey to integrate this frequency and emanate it into the world.
Okay.
You want to go on a ride?
Yes, always. We here at Spirituality Gone Wild consider ourselves on a magic carpet ride all the time.
So let's add a little sprinkling of love onto the magical carpet that we are riding on tonight.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes, I love that.
Before we started, I said, Karen, I love your world. I mean, I'll sell tickets to enter into Karen's world. Beautiful world. Really, truly. I just adore your world.
You're helping. We're helping to co-create this world together, and I think that all the time that we've spent together, for me, it has been an inspiration to be in your presence, to be in connection and partnership with you, to be able to bring this to as many people as we've been able to bring it to, and also to be an early adopter, to be one of the first dream keepers. It's a dream come true for me, David. I've been my whole life since I was a little girl in this human incarnation, this human experience, my whole life has been dedicated to seeing the world in unity and having peace on earth, and just knowing that was what we were meant to be experiencing.
Yep.
And now it's like it's becoming this. We have together with many of the Unity Earth and the World Unity Week and We the World and the Women's Information Network and so many others coming together, unify.org, everyone coming together. We have loved this dream into our reality, this reality that we are in now, and I think that people really need to experience that. And you do that with these journeys on the magic carpet ride. And I can't wait for the Jedi training that's coming up. And we'll go into that a little bit more. But right now we're going to do our little inner journey.
And then I'll bring closure on all 7.
Okay.
So take a few deep breaths. And as you breathe in, feel yourself breathing in a sense of quiet to your being. And affirm, I am in harmony with myself. And just feel that state of harmony radiating throughout your entire body and out into the world. One human being in harmony touches 10,000 people, just one. And now breathe in again. And on this in-breath, breathe in, being in harmony with all human beings on planet Earth. Breathe into your being, all of humanity. And affirm, I am in harmony with all of humanity. I am in harmony with all of humanity. And just feel that harmony on the planet resonating. 8 billion people feeling the sense of harmony that you are radiating out. And the third breath, breathe in these 8 billion people now. I am in harmony, and all of us are in harmony with one another on planet Earth. And see harmony resonating like light shining off of each being, radiating out, reflecting back all the other beings. And we are living in harmony on planet Earth. We're no longer in the third dimension. We're in the fifth dimension. This is the golden age. It is another frequency. It's the fifth dimension, which is the love and oneness frequency. And we've entered it right at this moment. Anyone who's been in this meditation with us, we've already entered the fifth dimension. We are living in the golden age. It is not a future. We are in it. As soon as we raise ourselves to that frequency. And this last action is about the world heart. Opening the world heart, which you get by praying for peace on earth. That's how you open the world heart. That's the key that opens the heart of humanity. And so we're going to enter into the world heart. And we enter into the world heart. There is a special I don't know what the right word is, code, I guess, but there's another word when you enter doors that are secretly locked, and magic words. Yes, these are the magic words. Be able to enter into the world heart. And it is love of humanity. So affirm, I love, love, love humanity with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind. I love humanity. And we're going to love humanity into world peace and peace on earth. So open your heart to love. Feel yourself in love with yourself, the Christ consciousness within you, the highest part of yourself. Experience yourself as a God in the making. You are a God, and you are fully stepping into that. and you're loving it
Mm.
into being your God self, your higher self, your Christ consciousness. And from that place, connect with the Christ consciousness of all human beings, the higher self of all human beings. You can enter through the third eye. Feel their light. How we are creating a planet of gods and goddesses. Heaven on earth is where you get to when you create peace on earth. That's the magic. That's the alchemy. So feel this love of humanity swelling up in your heart. Feel it swelling up in the heart of everyone else because they're feeling it. All you need is love. My favorite Beatles song. Love is now present everywhere, in every person, in every institution, in the health institutions, the political institutions, the education, the economic. They're all organized around love. Every decision is made from the place of love of one another. Every action is built upon the frequency of love, the highest frequency in the universe, that which attracts everything. All of our social institutions, systems, built on that frequency. The world is a very, very, very beautiful world, of course, because it's a world of love. Be in that world for a few moments. Feel it into every part of your life. When you open the world heart, you open the future of humanity to live in a world of love. That's where you get to when you pray for peace on earth. So now let us integrate the journey. We started with faith. Faith in humanity, action 1. The willingness to show up and step out and say it is possible, and not only possible, it will happen. And I am a person who is committed to that. And then we moved into befriending the other in the oneness of humanity and the frequency of oneness, where we felt our oneness with everyone. There was no others left. There was just a collective us, a oneness. And then we moved into empowering the young people, the people now who are the Z's, who've been given the code. They've come with this. They just needed to be given permission to be their soul being. We've empowered them, and they are now carrying the frequency of oneness on behalf of humanity. Action 3. And then we moved into the unitive state, where we celebrated that which we have in common, our common humanity, and we saw the immense beauty of the human experience in all its diversity and all that we have in common. we fully stepped into the unitive impulse. And then we entered the world of cooperation, where we learned how to cooperate for the common good, and we opened up the frequency of cooperation. And so now all the dreams that we want to create the world with have support, because we know how to cooperate in profoundly beautiful ways. And then we entered action 6. Blessed are the peacemakers. And we brought abundance into the world of peacemaking and the world at large. We opened the door to abundance. It was all the resources of time and people and money that we needed. And then we brought closure with loving humanity and peace on earth. It's now our possibility. It's been
Here we are.
Welcome. Welcome to Peace on Earth. That's going to be the new name of your new show, Peace on Earth.
Welcome to Peace on Earth.
Brought to you by Peace on Earth.
Yeah, brought to you by Peace2030.earth.
Our own show is true. Yeah. Probably just been auditioning for our own show on Peace2030.earth. Yes.
Oh, you know, I'd love to hear. Hi, Jay Mayer. Thanks for being here. Yay. Jay and Jan are here. Yay. These are two beautiful souls that have brought a beautiful modality, and I'm helping them to bring it to more people, called Light Touch. And Jay, if you could type into the chat the link to that so people can learn more about Light Touch, that would be great. I'd love to hear hi, Kim, welcome, and Victor. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. So I'd love to hear in your, what kind of experiences came up for you. That was an amazing meditation for me. It's a vision that's been shown to me many, many times, David, and the heart that you were sharing, I was shown lighttouch.me. Awesome. I'll put that up here so people can check that out. Thank you, Jay. So what I saw and what I've been, and it's so beautiful because now World Unity Week used it also. Peace on Earth, May Peace Prevail on Earth, and the Peace Poles have been using it in their meditations. The Peace Pals are now the web of love. Okay, so the heart is the web of love. And in the web of love, just like what you just shared with us, are golden strands. And every strand is connected, and every strand is equal, and every strand is just as important as the other strand. And in this web of love, it's where everyone belongs. And so the vision that I was getting myself, so please type in the chat, everybody else, what visions you were getting. But what I was seeing was this harmony and this web coming together as a heart. And it was so beautiful. It was this harmony, like everybody holding hands almost, and holding their hands up. Hi, Arena. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yes, so raising our hands up, holding our hands up in harmony, and then it turned into this big heart, this big one heart, and inside that heart was the web of love, and it was this golden, like spider web looking, beautiful, and I was hearing, everyone is equal here, where everyone belongs, where everyone feels welcome. And this is the web, and this is what we have co-created here on the internet, on the web, and now we are creating. And now from Australia, thank you, Arena. We are co-creating this together in in harmony and peace on earth. So yeah, Jay says we are stronger together. Together we are stronger. And the truth is we can't not be together, right, David? It's an illusion.
We are together. We have to remember that, but we've never
Yeah.
been together.
We can go into the illusion and we can go into the nightmare, or we can awaken to the dream that we have been, that's been placed in our heart, or we can go back to sleep and have another nightmare, right? That's how powerful we are as co-creators in this human experience. And I'm so excited about the July 5th to, doing this experiment with the star beings. Debbie G.
So
She's coming in.
anybody,
Yay.
are you joining us?
I thought she was. She just came in here. Oh, why did we change our back scene?
Anyway, Debbie, if you want to be with us, you're physically with us. If you want to be with us verbally and more presence, no. But anyway, you are here, so welcome for a short moment.
Okay. And Janice says she loves the image of the web, also the hoop of Native American hoop.
And I'd love to hear from anyone about what their experience was as they went into that meditation. If anyone wants to share what happened for you, that would be wonderful, so we can build on your experience.
We would love, yes, we would love to hear from you.
If you are so inspired. I like this backdrop, Karen.
Oh, July 5th, it's the harmonic convergence. The harmonic convergence, let me see if I can find it again. I had it saved on my computer so I could, yeah, the harmonic convergence. It's Harmonic Convergence 2020. And I'll love to share this with everybody. And it's so perfect. It's so timely. It's so divine to lead into what you're going to be teaching with the Jedi training. So the harmonic convergence is July 5th through the 14th. And let me see if I can just share this with you.
I don't think we're getting any sound. But I can do the overview.
Oops, I'm sorry, what?
We're not hearing sound, but
There
I
is
said
no,
give an overview.
Okay, well, there's no sound, so I'm not sure why that is, but here it is. It's a 10-day experience from July 5th to the 14th. A historic experiment is taking place, and these meditations will begin with the universe within, facing the shadow, the leadership of love, move with nature, technology imbalance, living with reverence, let's get visionary, inspired action, our human family, and universal harmony. So 10 days with incredible speaker lineup. And yeah, it's, if you go to Harmonic Convergence 2020, you can learn all about it. But yeah, I was really excited about it when I heard about it because, you know, the Harmonic Convergence was in 1987, and that was also right after your
yeah, it was the mid 80s was when we opened the door to the larger consciousness that was trying to emerge on the planet. And so yes, 1986 we did the first Earth run, and then the Harmonic Convergence was 1987, and then there was another event on December 31st 1986 where we had our first global meditation.
Wow.
So yeah, we were opening the door to the collective, to the planetary, and the Earth Run started off that journey. It was beautiful. Actually, Live 8 started off that journey in 1985. So that window, 1985 to 19, we were in the middle of that. So it was a wonderful period of time, and it was great to open the door to our planetary consciousness. It's been a long time.
Yeah, and Janice has to say that she loves the keys to opening the heart of humanity. So let's maybe unpack that a little bit.
Well, the world heart And the praying for peace on earth is what does that, in my
The
experience.
world heart, okay?
So you have to pray for peace on earth. And when you enter into the world of praying for peace on earth, you open your heart and you start to find yourself in this state of love for humanity.
And even if you don't feel harmony for every person on the planet, you do when you're doing that meditation.
You do feel love, because how can you feel anything less than love? I mean, you don't have to agree with what every human being is doing on the planet, but you can love them anyway. And once you start to do that, then they start to feel it. And then they start to raise their frequency. And then the things that they're doing that are not of love start to lessen. So that's how we actually raise the frequency. And that's this last one, which is the prayer. It's like everything has each of the frequencies and each of the actions has a distinct role. But the one on praying for peace on earth is the one that has the inner power to move everything else forward.
So Jay is saying that the meditation, he's still reveling in the calm, and that he went very deep, wasn't even consciously aware, heard your voice saying very peaceful.
Nice. Good, Jay.
Yeah, you and Jay are going to love each other. You and Jay and Janice are going to love each other. So, and I'm sure that I'm going to reach out to you guys and talk to you guys about being Peace on Earth partners too. So we'll catch up on that. But yeah, we're so grateful to be getting ready for this Jedi training. So let's go into that a little bit.
You bet.
Because the Jedi training is super exciting, and it aligns with this harmonic convergence 2020, and the funny part, I find it so beautiful how, the universe, I find it so absolutely amazing how the universe is always so perfect with divine timing. And we were going to do this Jedi training back in June, and it didn't come together, and we didn't fight it. We just said, okay, it's not meant to happen in June. It's meant to happen in July. And look at this. Look at how amazing this is, that it is happening.
So why don't you open up the full picture here, or raise it up so people can see the whole experience. I think I want to work through the visual of this.
Yeah.
So you see the web.
Yeah.
So we're building the web. This is the frequency. Each of these people are holding a frequency. And collectively, we're holding the earth together. And this is every human being, every ethnicity, every type of person from around the entire world. It's a very powerful image that tells the story visually of what's happening. And what we'll be doing is we will be creating a movement of dream keepers. So a dream keeper, in the tradition of Grandmother Caroline, is one who holds the belief that peace on earth is possible, and more specifically, that we are able to live in harmony with self, each other, and the earth. That's the how. And so the game starts to open that door. But what we've learned from the first teams is that there's playing the game, and then there's playing the game as a Jedi. And they are worlds apart. Playing the game will work, and the game works. You don't need to be a Jedi to play the game and have it get the full impact or get impact. But when you play it from the Jedi, now you understand how to work with the force of the universe, which are these frequency raising codes. And when you start to work with the frequency raising codes of faith and oneness and unity, cooperation, you understand the codes, and you as a team leader can help your team really embody them. The actions will start to show up. They'll go quantum. You understand what's happening. you understand the codes. And these codes are evolutionary acceleration codes. They accelerate evolution. So it's like the difference between playing the game in a sort of a linear and a quantum level. So that's what I expect will happen as you start to show up in the Jedi space. And this visual, the second visual, I think is a good visual for it. So this is the linear and it's the vertical. I mean, it's the vertical and the horizontal. So this figure 8 is the bringing of the frequencies into Earth, and then it comes back, and it's moving forward. It's the eternity symbol and the 7 chakras. So we'll be working. Each action activates different parts of the being. I wouldn't say they're necessarily coded to a chakra, but they are collectively opening up the chakras, because you're bringing the full power of your being into play, and the full power of the universe's being into play. And we'll also be tapping into the universe itself. So I do hope we have made some more contacts out there in the world of our star family. Maybe they'll be helping us play with us in the game too, if they start showing up in the weeks when we launch the game. That would be even more powerful, because then we have the full star family supporting the game. So
I love that so much. I just want to read this out loud to everyone. And I would love people to just go into that place in their heart where they were when we just did this meditation, because these words are so beautiful, and our words are our wand. We are magic beings, co-creating this experience. And peace on earth is a frequency of higher thought and emotion translated into specific behaviors. To appreciate planetary frequency raising, we need to understand that our every thought, emotion, word, and action is energy and manifests that frequency in the world. We are that powerful, you guys. Love, faith, and gratitude manifests a high frequency and attracts experiences in kind. Fear, doubt, and anxiety manifests a low frequency and attracts experiences in kind. This is how our lives and worlds are created. Wow, that is so powerful. I really want people to just take that in. That is such an important and very powerful statement that every person who hears that and really takes that pointing, really watches where that is pointing to, is going to experience peace on earth frequency.
And I would add, Karen, when you enter into the Jedi training, you become responsible for every word, thought, action, and emotion. And you are trained to hold only high frequency words. Everything coming out of your mouth has to be in alignment with that aspiration. And when they are, then you embody it. The game becomes an expression of it, but you have to be living it in your being. So that's another dimension of what we'll be doing. It's helping you embody that.
Beautiful. Yeah, so Jay, I would love for you to join us. He says he is working towards all religions, all people, all races, all creeds, ushering in world peace together with daily moment for world peace, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Jews, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, Indigenous people, everyone. We need this. Beautiful, Jay. Thank you for sharing that. Let us know the best way for us to support you and to help get that out to the masses. That's one of my gifts, is helping people share their messages globally. So please let me know how I can support that. We are also I am also chanting daily. We are chanting Om Gam Gana Pataye Namaha and Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha is calling in to remove all obstacles. And every day at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are chanting with people all over the world, holding the vision that we are removing all obstacles to love and light. And we are, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is, we are, may all living beings be happy, may all living beings be healthy, may all living beings live in peace, and may all living beings be free from suffering. And may all remember their true nature and live from that space of their true nature and be the full potential that they came here to experience and be. And so I love that you're doing that, Jay. Thank you for sharing that. And anybody who has anything that they are working towards to help raise the levels of unity and peace and kindness and compassion, please reach out to me and let me know, and I will be happy to amplify the work that you're doing. Just like what I'm doing with David, I would love to help other people to be able to get their message out more. And this Jedi training is so exciting.
So Karen, one of the things we'll also be doing is looking for opportunities for synergy.
Yes.
Cooperation for the common good. Yes, action 5 rather. So part of how we do the larger reinvention process is that we have to see where there are opportunities for synergy, where cooperation for the common good, 1 and 1 starts to equal 6 or 7. So let's look, because there's so much good work, but it doesn't just happen. It takes a little effort to stitch things together to get the strategic alignments to happen. So we'll be looking for that as well. And that'll be an ongoing part of the game, is getting the maximum amount of interaction. Yeah.
Yep. It's not an accident that we are here now discussing this. Today we can organize and network like never before. Absolutely. And, you know, we need to acknowledge that and really, really appreciate one another and amplify each other. And that is what the synergy games are all about.
And I'll tell you, the thing that is the most powerful is watching, particularly this action 6, which is synergy in action, right? Cooperation for the common good, watching people start to see the world through the lens of, how do we get better cooperation with the projects I'm working on? What can I do to cooperate better with other people? One of our teams, Karen, was really interesting. They normally do this action as individuals, but what their team ended up doing was they decided to do it as a team itself. I don't know if you wouldn't have been on those calls. So they decided that they were going to take all the things that they were doing as a team, and they were going to become a cooperation for the common good project by getting all 8 people's work to figure out how they could cooperate. And it was amazing. Yeah. So they didn't just do their own singular things, they made it times 8. So that's what's possible. And if you learn the skills of that, and imagine in a pose zone, I forgot to take us on 101 into Solvang and make that right turn. Pose zone. And by the way, we have a new pose zone that's in the making in Kalamazoo. And
awesome.
Karen, this is another great thing to talk about. So we've been given opportunity during the World Peace Weekend, when we launched the game, to have a lot of time slots available. So what we've decided to do, you'll be one of the first to know this, is to showcase pose zones.
Yes.
On World Peace Weekend. So you have an opportunity, Kalamazoo, I think would be Island, Crestone, and
Cabal.
Cabal.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit, before we're going to come to a close pretty quick, but can you talk a little bit about what those beautiful, beautiful people are doing over in Afghanistan, and how exciting it is to see that they believe in this so much that they are creating peace leaders, so many peace leaders.
They have recruited 300 people to be peace leaders.
It's so
And
beautiful.
so let me just finish this thought, though, about
Yeah.
these pose zones. So we're going to be giving lots of time to showcase your pose zone and to tell the story. And our goal is to have hundreds and hundreds of pose zones get created that weekend by watching the stories. So please be working on the Solvang pose zone and starting to tell a story. You'll have, I don't know how much time, maybe 3 to 5 minutes to tell the story. We'll have to figure out the details. So Kabul was where we did our first piloting on a few of the actions about a year and a half ago. And they fell in love with this game, but they fell in love with this game from a different perspective than any other people playing the game, because they've been living in a war zone for, I think, 35 or 40 years. It's hard to imagine that length of time. So for them, they are always in the state of contraction because they have to. But they've learned how to become resilient in the face of it all. And when they heard about the game, they experienced it in a way that no one else ever had. The thought that they could live till 2030, just to live, peace on earth aside, gave them a vision for the next 10 years of living, being alive on the planet. So they had to transform that I may die any moment into I can be alive for 10 years. So it gave them a vision of the future. And then they entered into that vision of the future and they began to say, well, why not? If we can create peace on earth in Kabul, it can happen anywhere. Let us step into that space and create truly the impossible becoming possible. So they've stepped forward. And when we launch the game, they're going to be honored. The Marifat School of Empowerment, where this person Aziz has started this game, will be
He's amazing.
with our first Peace on Earth by 2030 Global Award. They will be getting an award that evening to honor them.
Awesome.
So Afghanistan and Kabul they open the heart, and they open the heart to people just to feel them and feel their hope and possibility. And the beautiful new video we've created, there's some beautiful young people featured in it. So that's Kabul.
We'll post that on Spirituality Gone Wild too. We'll post that video as soon as it's available. We'll post it for everyone to share.
Oh, you mean the video that they do from Kabul?
Yeah.
The 7.5-minute video is available now. You just have to take it off of our Peace on Earth website.
Okay.
So yeah, you can post that one already.
Awesome. Well, we'll do that for sure. And yeah, it's such an inspiration to hear all these youth leaders coming together and bringing other youth leaders. And there's another wonderful organization that reached out to us, Indigo. Let me see what it was. Kurt just sent me a message. Kurt Johnson sent me a message about these wonderful youth leaders again that are doing a very important mass meditation on July 4th, and we can go to the website is Indigo. Let's see, what was it called again? Indigo. Oh, joinindigo.com. And there's a mass meditation on July 4th. And this is the Facebook group for us to go and visit. Let me get that in here.
You know, I was just getting an inspiration, Karen, since we've had so much fun. We should think about how to make this Peace2030.Earth continue in some form, you know, after we've launched the game. So let's be thinking about that. I'm thinking about maybe we can feature a pose zone each week, or maybe we can feature an action each week, but something where we begin to let the world have enough time. We can kind of work with people, and we can kind of really go on a journey so that people can begin to see the depth and breadth. What you and I have done over these last, whatever, 7 or 8 weeks, has really pointed people in a direction. But once the door has opened and we've entered into the decade of peace on earth, which officially begins in about 80 something days. I mean, whatever, 83 or 84 days from now, peace on earth decade begins.
Yeah.
The 20th, whatever that comes to in the number of days.
Yeah.
Then, in fact, I think on the 27th, it was 86 days, which is the length of the Earth run. So
Right.
we're in the countdown.
We are.
84 days for Peace on Earth decade to begin.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. It really is history in the making. And Jay, you can go right over to peace2030.org/about, and you can read all about how David organized to pass the torch. And it's all right there. There's a beautiful video. You can see all the amazing people that were touched by this experience. And but we do have a few minutes, David. So he wants to know how you got the world organized to pass the torch.
We got 3 minutes. I can tell that story, sure. I would say the short answer is grace.
Grace.
I would say that's the short answer. The long answer is
cooperation.
Trust, and stepping in with the dream and inviting people into it and people saying yes. And the first person who said yes at the leader of the leadership, at the world leadership level was Ronald Reagan. And then he got Gorbachev.
Wow.
And then they got the president of China. And then they got Maggie Thatcher of the UK. I mean, we started getting all these world leaders, and then we hit a tipping point. And the same thing happened with people in the countries. We'd go to these countries and we'd say, we want to pass this torch of peace. Will you help us organize it? My wife in particular had that journey.
Wow.
And she had to go to these countries, and she'd have like a day to organize like Indonesia. And she'd come back and it was organized. Why and how was an idea that come. And
I love that. Grace.
Belief. And we had the right moment. We were pulled into this vacuum, and we came, and I had organized the Olympic torch relay. So I went, and I've been in that space for a while, and I knew a little bit about the process of organizing and empowering people.
Yeah.
But it was grace.
It is grace. That's so beautiful. So we're going to end here, guys. Janice says that she was involved with Peace Child at that same time.
I remember Peace Child. Yeah. David Wolcombe, I think, was the guy, as I remember. I loved him. It was beautiful, beautiful work that he was doing. I think that's his name, from the UK.
It's so beautiful. Yes, thank you, Arena. Thank you for all the work that you did last week for World Unity Week.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that beautiful week. I was so pleasure to be part of that.
It was such a magical time, and it was just the kickoff for all that's going to be to come. We have so many wonderful things coming up. So please go to check out the joining us for the Jedi training. Let's see, I got the link here, right here. There you go. So join us, everybody. I'm so excited for this time that we can have with David and this training that is going to be life-changing for all of us. So
and the price is right, everybody. It is free.
It is free. Yeah.
Lunches, just to be clear. So the expectation is that you really choose to give yourself to this and to the journey of peace on earth. But there is no financial charge, but there is a psychic expectation that you will give your best. And
we got to end this broadcast because we have TJ Woodward coming up next on the Spirituality Gone Wild. So thank you, everybody. Go join at reinventing.earth Jedi training, and you'll get all the information, and we will see you there July 8th. Thank you so much, David.
And Karen, my pleasure.
Bye, everybody. It's been a real pleasure to be in service with you. I almost cried.